Good evening, everyone. On this wet Sunday evening in Metro Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, it may not be raining in your neck of the woods, but it is here. How's everybody doing today? It's been a lazy Sunday, to say the least. Like I said, I had a free day to do absolutely nothing, so that's 2 days in a row. Tomorrow I'll be back at it. Got several things planned for tomorrow. So my company came over last night. We had a great long conversation about relationships and where people really see themselves in relationships. Why people aren't taking relationships as serious as they should. And that's understandable for a lot of people because a lot of people don't want to be in a relationship. I myself could take it or leave it. I'm not that caught up with it right now. Although I do enjoy my privacy. Wait a minute. So I see where they made a I'm sorry, y'all. I'm being nosy. That needs to be filled in. But anyway, it's a great Sunday afternoon. As you guys can hear, the rain is going on in the background. It's been this little slow rain has been like this for the last couple of hours now. And I had my door open, just listening to the rain, letting the fresh breeze in. Let the air, purify the house. Because it gets stuffy sitting up in there running that AC all the time. I just can't, which causes us to develop all kind of illnesses by being cooped up with the house closed in and, messing with your breathing. So anyway, I had the door open, let some fresh air in. Whenever I get a chance, I like to open windows and doors. Today being a cool day, a rainy day, not as many bugs flying around today. So it was a good time to let the house air out. As far as how things are going with me, life is good. Greetings, everyone. Hello to you all. 956. A lot of times when you say hello, it doesn't pop up immediately. So don't press yourself over it. Okay, just take it in stride. Same for everybody else. A lot of times when you say hi, it's not immediately on the screen. So don't y'all get all worked up because I can't acknowledge, because people on here on YouTube, on live, can't acknowledge y'all right away. It's not that instant. It's really not that instant. Y'all might think it is. It's not that instant. You just saw this, but actually I did that like 5 seconds ago. It's not that instant. Y'all calm down. Calm down. Just go with the flow. Let's all just get along. Go along and get along. Regardless of what you may think. You may be dealing with some issues, or you're feeling bad because you're isolated and you feel like everybody needs to recognize you. We can't get recognized that fast. We can't, Or maybe you're dealing with the idea of being alone. Don't be troubled by being alone. Sometimes you have to think about it this way. I'd rather be alone than be with somebody and be lonely. Think about that. Sometimes it's good, like a day like today, a rainy Sunday, I isolated myself. I've had 0 phone conversations today. Yes, I received some phone calls. Yes, I got some text messages. But I didn't want to be bothered. From about 10 o'clock this morning until whatever time it is now, I think it's like 7, maybe a little bit after 7. Maybe it's probably not even 7 o'clock yet. But 0 isolation. I wanted to be 0. I wanted to just be left alone today, be in my own little world, watch whatever TV shows I wanted to watch whatever programs I wanted to watch on YouTube. Wasn't up for company. My company came over yesterday evening, and I guess she tried to invite herself back over today. This morning when she called, I was like, no, today it's not a good day. And she instantly said, why? Am I in rotation now? You in my rotation until the time I don't want to be bothered. I know where she was going with that. trying to see if I had somebody else over here. But look, I'm not involved with anybody, so it's not her business who's over here. Just because I want to spend a day to myself. People are so quick to jump to conclusion and X themselves out of potential possibility of even being in a relationship. And for all of you just joining, once again, hello to everybody. People jump to too many conclusions and instantly start assuming the worst. I invited you over yesterday. We had a great time. We had a very strenuous 3.5 hour conversation, and that was enough for us. That was enough for a Saturday. It was enough for a Saturday. I had leftovers, which she didn't want. What's crazy is she said, "Well, I don't eat leftovers," but it wasn't leftover to her. It was made Friday. She ordered a pizza, and that was all fine and good. But I was just picking up on how her interactions were. Everything I said, she had a counter to it. The conversation just wasn't flowing. It was like a debate, all the way down to why did I give her water in a glass instead of a plastic cup? Because I was drinking out of a plastic cup. And I said, well, simply because had I given you the plastic cup, that would have been an issue with you. So you can't win from losing with a lot of people. They're always on the defensive or the negative or the want to debate every single thing. And you could have gave me the plastic cup. So what did I do? I shut her the hell up. I poured her juice in the plastic cup just to shut her up. It was that kind of evening where, how do y'all say it? The vibe was totally off. Nothing was flowing. It was like I'm going this way, but she's going that way. But she wanted to come back over today. No, absolutely not. I had enough. I had all I could stand yesterday. I had enough of negativity and crap for one weekend. And she knows going in that I don't stand for a whole lot of mess and recklessness. I'm too laid back. I live a pretty good drama-free lifestyle, as drama-free as possible. And there are a lot of people that crave the relationship. They want to be in a relationship just so they're in one. Never mind all the negativity, the headaches, the anguish, the pain they're going through. They just want to say they belong to somebody. Nah. I mean, yeah, younger, I felt that. We all feel that at some point in our life. But I'm so glad I outgrew that mess. I'm just so happy I didn't have to continue it. Living a free life to where you have less things bothering you. But the downside is you can get too comfortable to where things that probably should be pressing is not as pressing. Do you overlook certain things? I tend to overlook some things. I mean, I have a tight schedule. Whereas I take ironing, for instance. I used to iron up for a week. Now I'm doing like maybe every day, every other day. I got to get myself on my tight schedule because I liked it that way, to where I knew exactly what day I was going to the store. I knew what day I needed gasoline. I just had this schedule going to where everything worked smoothly. And one thing I stopped doing a long time ago, from the time I would get off work to the time I get home, there's at least an hour and a half before I talk to anybody. At the minimum, an hour, because I use that time from work to home for my own time, just to reflect, get all the work crap off my head, because I hate getting nothing. I hate getting off work and somebody call you, ask you how your work day going, and then you got to tell them how your day went, and you just left that place. Work was work. Work is work. I mean, I could give somebody an hour and a half conversation about what I didn't like about my day at work. And I've done that recently, and all it did was just elevated me and got me all worked up. I'm trying not to be that. I'm trying to keep it calm and collective. That's the way I want to live. And I'm sure a lot of you are like that too. You know, you're very calm in life. And I know a lot of people get on here, they get on social media and they want all the noise, they want all the skits. The couple I was talking about earlier today about how she is giving him things she should not be giving him for the sake of these pranks. It's obvious that he's not in the best of shape, but she's salting up all his drinks, and she's putting extra syrup on stuff and all this stuff. I just watched another one of their videos, and she's still at it. I wonder what his insurance policy is. And I'm sitting here looking at this video like, ladies, you're stupid. I mean, I'm sure some people have dropped her comments on some of the things she need to be careful what she's doing. But that's bringing harm to somebody. That really is. You know, you just, I don't know. I think people are so well, any way would do when it comes to making that money by any means necessary. But you have to ask yourself, you're with this person. Do you really love that person? If you're causing harm to them just for a couple of dollars? I don't know. I can only answer for myself. And my answer for self is to take care of self. You know? That's all I can say. Oh, excuse me, I got messages coming in that I need to attend to. But anyway, I wasn't gonna stay on here long. If you're on here and you have anything pressing you would like to just put out there in the universe, go ahead and put it in the comments. Go ahead. I mean, I'm glad to have you all, you know, on my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you, especially those of you that has subscribed to my channel. And if you haven't already, by all means, please subscribe. But I'm just going to tell you right now, I am my own niche. This is what you get. You get daily thoughts. Some of them are going to be heated up. I went way out just the other day. I had some hot thoughts. You know, I really did. But just because I'm going way off or going off about a certain situation, about how I'm feeling, y'all just need to keep in mind, this is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm not on here looking to go look for nobody to cause harm to somebody. You know, I do enjoy cursing somebody out every now and then. I really do. William, hello, William. I do enjoy getting on it. I do enjoy getting on people, but it's all in sport. But now I found myself, I'm coming up on the end of my 2 weeks of medical leave. I'm due to go back on Wednesday. I'm dreading it. I don't even want to go back to work. I'm going, but I've been off long enough to where I have all of tonight, all of tomorrow night, 2 more full nights I can stay up all night and binge watch another television show. And that's what I've been doing, relaxing. The doctor told me to take it easy. Don't get yourself into any stressful situations. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I had a few people call me with their stressful situations, and I just let them know, hey, right now, I can't do it right now. I can't go through it right now, because I was trying to stay calm and get back at a level to where I'm used to being. And I'm sure a lot of y'all are like that too. You want, you know, even in family, your family drama, I'm gonna tell y'all something, just cause you're born into a family does not mean you're obligated. Sometimes you have to step away even from your family members. And especially your spouse. You know, if you got that husband getting on your nerves, that wife getting on your nerves, take a break. Take a break. Plan a trip by yourself, even if it's just a day trip. You know, and especially guys, if you need a getaway, plan a getaway. And that's without your homeboys. Just you spend a day by yourself. Hell, women do it all the time. When I was in relationships, I would do it. I would just take a day to my whole self. I'll just go somewhere. I don't need nobody going with me, because you need that time to yourself. You don't realize how much you're surrounded by people all the time. You're working all day, you're surrounded by people. You coming home, if you're in a relationship or you're living with somebody, you coming home to another person, or 5 or 6 people if you got kids at home. At some point, you need to check out for your own sanity. There's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't feel bad because you want to take a break. You shouldn't feel bad. Use that time. And I live by myself, but even today, I didn't want to be bothered. I took a break from all phone calls, all text messages, until just now. The message I was waiting on, and I just confirmed it, and I'm done with that. But sometimes you just have to take a break, people. Make life all about you. I know a lot of people feel this way, but then on the other hand, a lot of y'all feel like you can't be alone. There is nothing wrong with spending time by yourself. You'd be surprised. You can sit in the house, you can open a door, or you could just listen to nature. Especially this, it's so beautiful listening to the rain, the way it's hitting these trees right now. It's so peaceful. It is so peaceful. And I don't need, first of all, I don't smoke, but I don't need to smoke anything to get my peace. I don't need to pour me a big glass of whiskey to get my peace. I am at peace. There's nothing bothering me. Nothing and no one. That's the truth right now. And that's what I like, And I was doing more research on some of these cabins I want to check out this year in the state of Georgia. And I think the third week in June is where I'm gonna go ahead and do my first cabin trip. And I know my camera is getting a little jittery here. It's the weather. So I'm probably going to end this video because I can tell that it's a little bit shaky. But yeah, I got two camping sites, and I want to get a cabin. And the third week of June is where I'm thinking of doing one of them, and getting a small cabin, nothing extravagant, small. I think it has like some bunk beds in there. Like I said yesterday, a little kitchenette, bathroom, very, very, very compact. That's where I'm gonna spend my weekend. I mentioned it to one friend, and I'm gonna see when they get close to the time if they want to go along. It's good. It's a good way to get away, especially since he fishes. He loves to fish, and they allow fishing. I don't fish, but that's what they want to do. More power to them. Not to mention, he just came, he just got his divorce finalized, so I know he wants to get away. But that's enough about him, But for us, myself, my peace, my sanity, everything is good, fellow YouTubers. But I wasn't gonna stay on here long, just to say hello, greetings to you all, and once again, thanks to each and every one of you that has subscribed to my channel. And talk to you all soon. Thank you.